specifically here?
Sure.
We're live.
No pressure or anything.
But yes.
Oh, I was just gonna ask really quick. Does Pathfinder do a better job of that thing where some weapons are just inexplicably worse than other weapons with no real...
Good question. Yes and no. I think there are still some of the same issues, but they do make damage types matter a bit more because of like weapon specialization and like crit specialization effects and stuff like that.
Okay. Well,
so like, I don't know, swords on crits will do a different bonus thing than like spears will if you have like a special feature. So like things like that, but.
Well, then I think I'm good to go.
All right. You ready, guys? Ready for our beginning of our adventure?
I am.
Yes, Mom.
I am.
All right. Icy cold air seems to stab into your lungs as Ylva takes another ragged breath. When she exhales, a small cloud forms in the cold as if she was a small dragon. Up ahead, the hulking mass of your father walks up ahead. A large man even amongst the bear warriors. He makes his coin as a smith, and a damned good one at that. Interestingly enough, he is rarely seen without a massive, dull, gray iron greatsword strapped to his back. Supposedly, the weapon had been her mother's, and Ylva and her father were having the same argument that they've had many times before. No. The answer is no. You are not ready.
Father, I have almost hit my second 10 year. I am ready, trust me.
Your mother had very specific ideas about your training, and I have tried to honor them. And I am not her, but I am trying. You begin to protest, but the wind steals your words. It's not fair. You're an exceptional fighter. But Father says that you make needless mistakes, and that you rush for the kill instead of strategizing what may get the kill easier. Mistakes get you killed. You can hear him lecturing you in your mind. The journey down the mountain has been hard, harder than it's ever been. The elders have always been quick to call every winter Fimbulwinter, but this winter feels different. You know it's different. The path has been strange. You swear you should have stopped at the next village 2 days ago. Your father halts abruptly and begins making camp. Later on, as you eat your meager dinner, you fall into the same argument from before. The cold seals your tears to your face, and your throat burns from the cold air. It's not fair. You go to bed furious, angry at the world, and you curse the gods as you eventually fall asleep with your head throbbing from crying. You awake suddenly, breathing heavily. The dawn is about to arrive, and it is so quiet. You call out for your father. Silence. You call again. Nothing except your own heartbeat. You begin to panic. You notice fresh blood on the ground. You spot your father's greatsword up ahead. You sprint over and find more blood. And an unfamiliar voice seems to speak in your mind. Take it.
Who's there?
It doesn't matter. Take it.
Reach out and pick it up.
It's heavy. It's dull, which you always found strange, as your father could have kept it sharp. You look around for your father again. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, Nick.
Roll the campaign.
First roll.
Yeah.
Go. That's a sipper. Breaking the seal.
I'm curious though. What is this like a? Did you write this, D, or is this?
I wrote that, yeah.
That's fucking good, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, totally.
The 19.
You look down, and your heart sort of catches in your chest, and the air is suddenly sucked away from you as you see a massive man at the bottom of this steep chasm. You see no movement.
What happened?
You don't remember?
Who are you?
And what you have left. Take the sword and run. They'll be looking for you soon.
I didn't do anything. I couldn't have.
You didn't? Do you remember?
Where do I go?
Away from the mountains.
He will take one last look down the chasm. Look to the sword in her hands, and then just start sprinting away.
All right. And as you're sprinting away, Nick, describe how Ylva looks in this moment, in this confusing time.
He looks. It's complicated. There's probably a lot of emotions on her face, namely terror. She is conflicted about everything that just happened. She is on the younger side. She's, as she said, about 20. She is rather large for her age, quite clearly muscular, very wide arms, very wide stance, dark blonde hair that's up in a ponytail bun, very pale skin, brown eyes that are streaming tears as she's running, and the tears are kind of freezing because of the cold. She's wearing a deep fur outfit, full vest covering her arms, big thick leather boots. As she runs, she kind of pulls up the thick fur-lined hood to cover her face.
All right. And for our next character, I actually liked what he wrote so much that I used all of it. So, Griffin, thank you for the compliment earlier. I'm going to pay you back the compliment immediately. So, as a child, Vorik displayed an uncanny connection to the runic arts, spending hours in solitude deciphering the secrets hidden within the ancient symbols. He felt a deep resonance with the power that lay within the runes and often dreamt of serving a higher purpose. Vorik's life took a momentous turn during a fateful raid by a ruthless rival clan. He fought valiantly, but a grievous wound left him on the brink of death. In the midst of battle, as he lay wounded and bloodied, he experienced a divine vision. The one-eyed Allfather Odin appeared before him, imparting the sacred knowledge of the runic healing arts. Empowered by this divine encounter, Vorik discovered his unique gift, the ability to channel the runic energy into his own flesh. With each rune he carved into his skin, Vorik was granted the extraordinary power to heal and strengthen those around him. After his miraculous recovery, Vorik knew that his calling was to be a healer and protector of his people. He set out on a journey across the rugged lands of Nordheimer, carrying with him the legacy of his ancestors and the newfound gift bestowed upon him by Odin. However, amidst his healing journey, Vorik could not shake a profound feeling of ambition with him. He believed that Odin's ultimate fate was bound to Ragnarok and the cataclysmic event that would bring about the end of the gods and the world as they knew it. The ancient prophecies spoke of a new Allfather who would rise to take Odin's place and usher in a new era. This vision fueled Vorik's aspirations, and he couldn't help but imagine himself as the one destined to ascend to godhood. He admired Odin's wisdom and strength, but felt the time had come for a new ruler, one who understood the needs of mortals and gods alike, and would lead with both compassion and power. As the days turned into years, Vorik continued his healing journey, seeking out the wisdom of sages and scholars to unravel the mysteries of the runes and the prophecies surrounding Ragnarok. With each rune he etched into his skin, he grew more powerful, more attuned to the cosmic forces that govern the fate of gods and men. However, as Vorik's ambition grew, so did the doubts of those around him. Some questioned whether his thirst for power might lead him astray from his true calling, while others feared the consequences of meddling with the balance of the divine order. Vorik now finds himself in the town of Asodhull, a small coastal town not particularly bound by any clan. And as you walk through the town, you notice a man on the docks selling bits and bobs, and a small object glints and catches your eye. And as you wander over, you notice that this may be one more of the treasures that you seek. Griffin, could you describe Vorik for us?
Sure. Vorik is fairly tall. I'm going to say around maybe 6'6", 6'7". He's lean. He's not extremely muscular like normal Vikings. He's kind of felt the pain going through the scars and the numerous runes carved all upon his skin. He's kind of a sight to behold when you see him. He is almost bloodied at all times. He has a little bit of something leaking out of him at every given moment. Each of the runes do have a specific purpose, and every time he carves something new into his skin, he is able to bring about the powers that he has. He wears a bone armor. It's kind of tribal-esque. It has bone, fur, and he has got a winter cloak that he uses to keep himself warm. And at this moment, he has got probably some dirt and mud in his face from wandering around. And yeah, that's Vorik. Oh, and red hair. Yeah.
Red hair.
Yes. And his, sorry, I didn't put I don't have like an age on that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll say like mid-30s.
Yeah. The gentleman that you begin to approach is another adventurer in our party. Britain. Before we get into a little bit of what's brought you into this town, could you describe Stahmet for us?
Yeah, I am a druid elf. Bit of a hermit. I like my plants. I like mushrooms. I like making concoctions and dealing with stuff. Sometimes on the funner side, dabbles in psychedelics and things like that. Are you wanting me just to describe like the character, or
just like how he looks, how he's dressed, maybe.
Yeah, I have just pretty much just winter clothing. I have what do they call it? I have leaf weave under my winter clothing, so my armor is essentially made up of just like a thin protection of leaves and roots and bark and stuff like that. And then my winter clothing on top, because I do reside by myself on the outside of town. I am... Did we land on an exact age? Yeah, I know we said for an elf we were going
you're older. You're an elf, so you
yeah,
do live some time.
That's gonna play into my attitude, but did we let's just say like 400?
Yeah.
Around there?
You still got
About
some
400
time,
years old.
But...
Oh, you're young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in Pathfinder, the elves are oldest is like 750.
Oh, damn.
So it's like on the, because what D&D you said they live for like thousands of years.
right? Like they can
Pathfinder
turn
was
into
like
a tree
750.
if they're a specific type of druid.
I'm gonna
Shout out
retire
Hell's
now.
Paradise.
But yeah, I have a beard and long hair that I have grown to also help me keep warm, but the only thing though is I got a bit of a balding issue. Think of like if I had shaved right here, like I had a cul-de-sac, but still the long hair in the back. About 5'5". Well, I can show you if I like what
Yeah, pop that in the chat.
Let me take the. I have a hood on, so I gotta take the hood off.
So, Stahmet is elated to be in this new town because a new town means new adventures, not to mention exotic fauna and flora. And what an honor to be summoned by the Druid Circle of the Icy Crows in Uppsala. You're sure that the Druid Circle wants you to teach them about your extensive fungus research, particularly how you can use specific species of fungi to clean a battlefield in half the time. But the journey has been arduous, and Svutjod is known for its wild and sparse land, and there have been very few proper places to rest. You decide to set up shop in Asodhull, and a quaint little coastal town, before you begin trudging through the great forest. You've been here about a week, and you've kind of just been selling some things that you had and whatever you've been crafting. This area seems to have various opinions on the clans and what they should do, and just about everyone who stops by loves to talk about the latest gossip. When suddenly, a large man covered in scars and tattoos brusquely steps in front of your stall. And this, of course, is none other than Vorik.
Mm.
So Vorik, you come up to Stahmet's stall, and you sort of are like looking over his things. He's got kind of just like a bunch of junk, but you do see that he has like a little ring with him.
Seems like an interesting ring you've got there.
Oh, this whole thing.
I'd like to use detect sexuality on.
I'm 400 years old.
I don't know if
I'm
you're taking
400 years old, man.
Yeah.
I am.
As we discussed earlier, it's a spectrum.
Anywhere and
man.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Sorry, that caught
Here's
me a little bit.
spectrum. Here's me.
All right, so I didn't know we were jumping into the conversation. I thought we still had to get to know his character.
I didn't know we were either. I was just there was kind of a little pause. So I was
we're
responding.
gonna get to know his character in a second. Yes.
Yeah, that was just a switch up.
You mean this old thing?
Yes, the craftsman. I need to pick a different voice. I always default to British. Just easy for me.
Mine's
You're
probably
like-
gonna. I think mine's gonna jump.
I could do like Palmy British instead.
You guys,
Fucking what?
You guys can feel out the voice. It's the first episode. I didn't expect you to workshop it coming in.
Oh, I've been doing it all day.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear that. We gotta hear that.
It's not very good yet, but I was like in the bathroom, like practicing it at work, and then I was
He's
just
like running lines. He's like,
I hope there's nobody else in this fucking bathroom.
you're like, Lindsay, you there?
I was at work.
Okay. Oh, you're at work. That's even funnier.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we're talking to him. But what's Britt's character's name again? What's your character?
Stahmet.
Stahmet?
Yeah, Stahmet.
Oh, but I haven't introduced myself yet, so I guess I don't know.
No, you
going
guys
on,
are
but,
just two dudes haggling over a ring.
Craftsmanship seems a bit divine. Is there any specific place you might have picked that up in your travels?
Sorry, it sounded like somebody was pulling into my driveway. How did you describe this ring again? What was this ring?
Vorik seems to think that this is some kind of extra special ring. So you can decide to either bullshit him or to just be like, oh no, I found it. People throw out the damnedest things. Those are your 2 dialogue options, or a mystery third option.
Press A or B.
Yeah, press A or B.
Well, I guess I did call it this old thing. I found this ring down on many years ago, many years ago. Just walking in a special place of mine in the forest.
Well, would you be willing to part with such a ring?
I don't know. I had to work for it. I was out hunting for some rocks and some minerals. Cracked one open, thought it was a fossil.
Dreadful work, truly. How about I go fetch
took
some
like 4
fossils
days.
for you?
Well, if you can turn your attention to that sign in the front of the window. No barters.
On the stall,
I think
there's
this is
just
an exchange
no
of
bartering.
No bartering. Yeah, just
no bartering.
no bartering. It
Cash
is my
only.
legal right.
I'm simply asking for an
what
exchange of
kind of
services.
Fossils are you offering up?
This
What
is
type of
now
fossils are you looking for?
Animal Crossing.
Sorry, you want to go, D? We can move this along. This is just
We
like
can do this all
I was
day.
like, this is
Yeah.
now Animal Crossing. Okay, you guys
I
are
don't
having
think
this
this is supposed
exchange.
to happen.
You guys are having this exchange, and you sort of start each trying to out haggle each other, and unbeknownst to you guys, a young woman who has lived outside of this coastal village since she was very small is in town today. The witch Annika has managed to carve out a small piece of land for herself, tucked away in a safe corner of the great forest, just about a half day's walk from the village. She cares little for the political machinations for Nordheimer and prefers to spend her days concocting alongside her familiar Yggdrasil. But occasionally she does need to return into town for supplies and sell a bit of overstock to the locals. Noah, describe your character for us.
So Annika goes by Anni most of the time. People don't typically call her by her first name. People either call her Vaterbjör or Veterbjör, which I guess is either forest dweller or winter dweller, kind of depending. But you're not from town. You probably wouldn't know that. She's kind of an outsider out here. She's like 5'8"-ish. Very slim, kind of sharp featured, has kind of like long, dirty blonde hair, but it's like braided, not dirty, but dirty blonde. Braided and kind of like knotted up into a kind of a medium length hairstyle that just kind of sits heavily along the shoulders. She's pretty pale, green eyes, very young, looks pretty young. She's like in her probably like late teens, early 20s. And wears practical forest, kind of ranger looking clothes. Not sure what else. I think that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Oh, and please describe
Oh, she's got.
Yggdrasil.
Oh, Yggdrasil. I should also know, by the way, she has a kind of a very thin, slightly upturned kind of pixie nose. She's always got like either like a furrowed brow or a raised eyebrow, like at almost all moments as she's figuring stuff out. And then Yggdrasil is like a large-ish black house cat. kind of like one of those Norwegian cats that's got way longer hair than your typical black house cat. But yeah, pitch black as the night. With kind of like yellowish green eyes, the cat. That's the cat's kind of unremarkable as cats go. Long hair, black cat, you know.
And as you enter town, please make a perception check for me.
Okay. Oops. I found out that the one on my laptop doesn't update when I update it.
That's annoying.
So, yeah, so I will set that up eventually. So perception check.
Yes.
That's an 18.
You are not a people person, but you can feel when there is something wrong. And you see a lot of people who are having very hurried and harried conversations with each other. Not to mention, as you were walking over here, you kept like catching the scent of smoke, and you know that Yggdrasil knows it too, but you couldn't quite, since you were like deep into the forest. Now that you're sort of in the town, you start like looking around, and you do see that in the far distance there is a large plume of smoke. You also notice you're kind of like making your way towards the docks, which is where like a lot of people sell their things, because it's a coastal town. So the smaller ships, instead of going all the way into Uppsala, they just like quickly rearrange their stock, and a lot of time you're able to sell, like healing potions and whatnot. So your eyes kind of glaze over, and you notice a newer stall than last time you had been here, and you see two men also having a intense conversation. You're like, it's kind of weird that people are just on one today. And as you're sort of taking this all in, you feel a hand close around your wrist, and you look down, and it's this sort of like older woman. She has a bit of a hunch, and a cane. She seems vaguely familiar, like maybe you've seen her before. And she looks up at you and sort of like tugs on your hand. She goes, "Are you a healer? I need a healer. A young woman is hurt." And she starts like yelling for a healer, essentially.
Yes, take me to it.
Oh, wonderful. And you guys storm past the docks with all the salespeople. They end up passing Vorik and Stahmet, and you guys hear the older woman quickly telling this other young woman, very pale, that young woman has it's hurt. She seems to be exhausted, covered in cuts and bruises. She may have some sort of frostbite or damage. It's very dire. And she goes, "Thank goodness you're in town today." And just they're marching off into the distance. Vorik and Stahmet, this does kind of pique your guys' interest, because you guys do have your fingers in healing, and that is kind of what much like Annika, Stahmet also sort of dabbles in things that can help you heal and whatnot, and then of course Vorik as a cleric is sort of known for this. So you guys hear the old woman talking about a healer and a near-death girl as they quickly walk by.
We really just straight up have 3 healers.
I know, that's kind of funny.
Like, I'm like a hardcore healer too.
Yeah,
Oh no,
like-
I just dabble, like I
You
know because I
can,
work
yeah.
with I work with like the earth, so I know like minor healing stuff, but I also work with like I said, I dabble in the psychedelics. But like all things like when it comes to what is just like, you know, mushrooms, plants, things like that.
Stahmet
So, like,
is
it's
the
minor healing.
equivalent of Annika would be like a nurse or like something like that, where Stahmet's would be like a priest who does
What are they called?
exorcists.
Yeah,
Like a
I'm
little bit
funky.
more
I'm the funkier version
juju.
off the book.
Yeah, I very much got a do no harm vibe because above the table, I can do treat wounds, and right now I actually cannot crit fail a treat wounds in a normal circumstance. And if I'm in nature, I think I auto succeed. I'm pretty sure I auto succeed.
That's good.
And
So it's like if
and
you can
it's
reach
very
them, they
possible I
can't
do
die.
better.
Or they
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
also-
very good at treating wounds.
I'm my alias, my other name is Brother Nature. So as long as you're with me, you're in nature, and then
Hey,
you're surrounded by nature. And
I'll
you're never gonna fail.
hold you to that.
Brother Nature.
that's my street name.
I absolutely would buy from a guy named Brother Nature, though.
I would too.
That's me. That's me, man.
So the older woman leads you a short way into the town. She seems to occupy a almost like a hostel situation where it looks like she has like a couple spare rooms that she seems to rent out to sailors, as well as like her own area. And as you enter, you see that there is a young woman, much like yourself, big, burly, big shoulders. On the ground is a gigantic greatsword, and this poor girl looks like she has been in the Great Forest fighting hags for like 3 weeks. She looks fucked up. She has like cuts all over her face, blood and dirt under the fingernails. A lot of her clothes are like ripped. She is very cold looking, and her eyes are closed.
I will definitely like immediately pull out my healer's pack and start preparing to treat wounds. Let me get the exact language up on here. So treat wounds is typically a medicine check, but I have something that makes it a nature check for me.
Oh, fun.
It says the medicine check DC is usually 15, though the GM might adjust it based on the circumstances, such as like if we're outside in a storm or it's something that's like magically cursed.
15 is fine.
It says some other stuff about when I get better at healing, some special things I can do, and it says I spend 10 minutes treating an injured living creature. And it says I can treat once per hour. And then if I succeed, I can treat for the full hour to double the effects hit points wise, but I don't know. Yeah.
Perfect. So you kind of sit down and start setting up. You sort of direct the older woman to get you like some supplies. She has boiling water going in the fireplace, and she sort of like gives you room. She eyes Yggdrasil, but doesn't say anything about him being like on the table.
He's assistant.
Yeah. Eventually.
While he's fumbling with this.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Go ahead.
Well, first, is this gonna pose a problem having 3 healers essentially for this campaign?
No, I doubt it.
No, because again,
especially
I'm
in Pathfinder.
Pathfinder
again,
is
I'm
brutal.
a minor healer.
Yeah, I would not like witch is a healer, and then cleric can be either.
Which is
You
not
never have to
necessarily
take. Yeah,
right?
you never have to take a healing spell as a cleric.
Okay, I did. 'Cause
I
just-
heal in the sense it's like, oh, eat this mushroom, you feel better. I can make stuff and like I have knowledge and stuff, but it's not like where you guys are like, revive.
No one ever was like, oh no, oops, all healers.
Yeah.
It's when you
too
don't
many
have
healers.
healers
Yeah.
is when you're like,
No, I also
Yeah.
I
It's
also specifically tried to make my character different from Noah because we kind of were going down I was kind of going down that path. And I
Yeah,
was
I'm a
like,
potion maker is my main thing. I can
Mhm.
make a ton of real dope potions, and I cast spells, but in
Yeah, you're somebody who has like an HMO or something, and then they come see me when they're like anti-vax.
This is shady psychiatrist.
Like what are they, homeopaths or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Take this elderberry.
Um,
You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
take this good berry.
But take it between
call
3
me in
and
the
5
morning."
p.m.
Our Britt, one more time your character's name.
Stahmet.
Stahmet.
I changed
Stahmet.
my Discord thing in here.
Yes.
Name on here. So if you look on here, you can see.
It's also in the channels.
Stahmet.
Yeah.
Sorry, my phone's perfectly blocking that side because I want
That's
to see all your faces.
You're good.
Fair.
So are me and Stahmet there right now? Are Stahmet and I there right now?
You guys can decide if you feel as if Vorik and Stahmet would get interested in the old woman calling for a healer. And then if you
I thought you said we were. So I
Yes,
was
you
just
were,
curious if
you
we were
were, you
already.
were.
No, I think
So it's like,
I
do
think
you
we would
follow?
because I'm
Okay.
trying to be with my little museum on the outside of town. I'm trying to be included. So I would definitely like to go help.
Okay.
I think
I
you
was
guys
just
should
curious if I'm-
start idling over. Like, oh yeah, okay.
We're like the dads that come outside when somebody else is doing something with their hands on their hip, like
yeah.
doing that wrong.
Yes. This is exactly like a girl trying to parallel park, and then like 8 dudes will come over and be like, "You're good," and you're like, "I was good the whole
I
time."
told you, you know
dude."
what? We'll trade ring fossils. Let's go.
Dude,
Ring for fossils.
we're because of the last round when we did our one shot, you and I this round, we're gonna be like,
Trust me, I feel like I'm gonna be like that with everybody. My character's very
go slow,
unserious
man.
person. Yeah, no, he is the embodiment of Cheech and Chong.
So you guys
Anyway.
start idling over, and you guys start poking your head in, and it's exactly as you guys described. Like, Annika does not need your guys' help at all, but nonetheless, you're like, a healer, you say.
All right, everybody, form a perimeter. Back it up. Back it up.
I mean, at the moment I can fail. I just can't. I can't.
Crit fail.
Well, okay, never mind. It doesn't matter.
What happens in a crit fail? So what do you roll for a crit fail?
One.
If I crit fail, I were to hurt. My healing would hurt somebody.
So you would
Have
try.
a real awkward start to a campaign.
That'd be a
Let me
great
tell
way.
you.
Literally impossible.
You accidentally killed Ylva. Nick, I know
Clear.
we worked a lot on your character,
Oh.
but you're gonna have to.
It's literally impossible for me to crit fail. So,
Okay.
but the thing is, does the woman that was going out for so I'm gonna read the language here for natural medicine. It's if you're in the wilderness, you might have easier access to fresh ingredients, allowing you to gain a +2 circumstance bonus to your check to treat wounds using nature, subject to the GM's determination. So I'm not in the wilderness, but if I do have access to fresh ingredients, in theory, that could give me a bonus of some sort.
I would
So
say...
if she's getting something for me...
Yeah. I would say that you start asking her for, like, a list of ingredients, and she starts being like, and Stahmet comes over, and he's like, oh, I got that. Oh, you know about that?
I got a lot of it. What do you need?
Just a pinch.
A pinch of what?
Marrow grass.
I got it.
Yeah, insert nature word here. I'm an indoor.
I need dirt, leaves, and twigs.
Mongoose weed.
Now spit.
Yeah.
All right.
Mongoose
Yeah.
I need some gooseberries. So I get a +5 to this.
Okay.
And
a +2 circumstance.
And a +2 circumstance, so +7. The way this works is, and this is what I was originally confused about when I was first describing this. The way it works is I can forego rolling a skill check for that skill to instead receive a result of 10 plus my proficiency bonus. So I guess I misunderstood this correctly, or incorrectly. I guess I misunderstood this. So it says +10 plus my proficiency bonus. That would be a 13. Which is not a success.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's technically
surely
not a success.
It intends not like actual proficiency bonus, but like whatever you add to the roll, right?
It says immediately after, do not apply any other bonuses, penalties, or modifiers.
All right, never mind.
So,
okay.
So I can guarantee myself a 13 for now, which isn't really helpful at the moment because I assume this is a 15 check.
This is a 15 check, yes.
Yeah. But I get a +7, which means I can technically still crit fail, I guess. Because the wording of it is you can forego rolling a skill check for that skill to instead receive a result. So if I roll and it's bad, I can't be like...
Right, so if it was like a 12 and you were
13.
like, cool, I auto-roll that 13 because I can forego rolling.
But
it's a 15.
I didn't read that very closely last time.
Yeah.
So I'll roll, I get a +7
Okay.
on this.
We believe in you.
That's an 18.
Okay, you're fine. You.
We should have just rolled first.
Stahmet, shockingly, has really quality ingredients, and you like kind of look at him and
It's
you're
not
like,
shocking if you know me as a person, but
huh. You just like make note that like people do not have like a lot of stuff like this unless they know what they are looking for. So you make note of that, and you spend basically the entire hour of like trying to bring Ylva up from unconsciousness, and eventually, just after like an hour and a half, Ylva does wake up. You are very cold, and you have been essentially in the snowy mountains for about 3.5 weeks. And you have now found your way to a town.
Her eyes will kind of flicker open, and then as soon as like she sees someone kind of hovering over her, there'll be a very distinct kind of flinch, kind of back. Where am I?
What's the name of the town again?
It's it's hard to pronounce. It is
just say we're in town.
Asodhull.
You're in town.
Asodhull.
I gotta open the.
Let me put this in the general chat for you guys.
We don't have a map, right?
No, you do. It's at the bottom of the lore doc.
The most recent list.
However, that doesn't actually include where you are right now. So let me get you like the micro map on like where that is, because that's a good point.
Yes, please. I do enjoy looking at the maps while we're doing everything.
Okay. Ylva, you would know the town name. It is far from where you were.
Good.
And you also know that this area is not really it's not ruled by any of the clans. It's next to the Wolves of Shadow, but it's not technically the Wolves of Shadow territory. That's more in the forest of itself.
Which
Would the Wolves of Shadow
passed
territory
through?
be like on the zoomed in map?
Sorry, Britt, 1 second. Nick, what'd you say?
Okay.
Which I passed through. Did I pass through the forest, get into this town?
No, you're coming from the other side here. I'll show this to you guys right now. Okay, there you go. So you see where I guess
Right,
on
and I
our
came-
right hand side. Yeah, you came from over there, the
came
snowy
from
mountain
over there,
area.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Then I won't say that. Well, actually, no. I think I still would. I don't really recognize this area. I'll just kind of look around and see unfamiliarness.
I mean, it's also common for people to be coming out of unconsciousness a little confused.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I take a nap and I wake up and I'm like, where the hell am I?
Where have I been?
And where am I going?
Where am I? What happened?
You've made it to Asodhull, girl.
Don't know what happened to you, but this woman brought me to you, and I'll gesture to the older lady.
Give her a look. Look back. I will. Go ahead.
I was like, she shrugs at you.
Did I get healed at all in that?
Yeah,
Yes,
I can
you're
tell you the
fine.
number.
You're fine.
Oh yeah, if I take a whole hour, I can give you double 2d8. I believe is what it is.
I could do better than that.
A double 2d8? Wow.
Yeah, this is for literally nothing. It's I have a spell, but I'm not using it. I'm just using my healer's kit. It is treat wounds. I did target regains 2d8 because I succeeded. If I had critically succeeded, it'd be 4d8.
Jesus. And you could double it because you took the whole hour?
If I treat them for the whole hour, yeah, I can double it.
Jesus.
Is that what happened, D?
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Now it says double the hit points they regain from treat wounds. So I still roll 2d8. I just double it, right?
Got it.
Correct.
14. Doubled to 28.
Nice.
I am at max. All right.
I was like, that's way over your max.
It's so funny.
I mean, not way over. Let's be.
That's fair.
You're
You're a barbarian.
Well, then knowing that, Ylva will kind of cautiously sit up, notice the kind of state of her kind of clothes, and kind of shrug back and just kind of nod to Anni. Thank you.
She kind of just shrugs and doesn't say much of anything, and kind of goes back and kind of gives the cat a little scritch on the ear, and kind of starts kind of looking through her backpack and looking at things.
Ylva, have you sat up yet?
Yeah, she would sit up.
Have
I
Yggdrasil
noticed a
immediately in your lap.
Initial this yours?
I look back, kind of confused.
This your pet?
No, this is my assistant.
Kind of cautiously stroke her back. Has a crowd gathered? Or are we kind of by ourselves?
You guys are sort of just like in this woman's living room essentially, and now that she sees that you're okay, she comes over and she's like, "Oh, and I saw you running down the mountain, and I saw you fall, and well, sprinted over as fast as my cane could carry me, and I had a nice young sailor drag you over here, and went to go look for a healer. Oh, you must have been out there for a long time."
Sorry.
Just kind of shrugs. I am used to the cold.
She looks at you up and down, and then goes, "A bear, of course."
Do you get many bears around here?
Oh, some. The captain seemed to like them.
Well, thank you for your hospitality. I must be going.
Oh, don't mention it. Hey, take this cat off the table, though.
He does not want you on the table.
Exil gives you just like a big look with his eyes, and then jumps down. But is obviously very taken with Ylva, and is just like weaving in and out.
I don't surround people much.
I have not been around cats very often.
She's not like most cats.
More pretty.
I guess that is so.
She will kind of look over and notice the other two dudes just kind of staring.
Dude's just not helping.
Hello?
Stahmet's just kind of looking around this woman's living room. It's like, never been inside here before.
I'm silent but conscious.
Stoic. Just
I am. Hit him with a.
the smoldering scowl.
Yeah.
Blue steel.
Everybody loves blue steel.
One look! I'll show you one look! Magnum!
One of my favorite trivia questions I've ever written is, what 4 looks can Derek Zoolander do?
That's such a good question.
Magnum, Blue Steel, Le Tigre, and...
I'm about to be so impressed right now.
No, oh fuck, I cannot remember. There's definitely, but Le Tigre is one of them, isn't it?
Yes.
Tigre is one
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Le Tigre is one.
Did we have this conversation with this group, or was it with the other
No,
group?
it wasn't.
No,
with
dude, if it was,
Griffin, which is...
Okay,
if it was
okay.
with another
Yeah.
group.
But we did
Okay.
have
So
this
funny, though.
conversation recently.
I remember this conversation very specifically.
I'll tell you.
What's the last one?
Okay, I was gonna look it up. Yeah.
It's Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Oh,
That's it.
it's such an obvious answer.
I was like, it's
Yes, of
European.
course.
I was thinking like princess or French or something, and I couldn't get there. It was okay.
Ferrari.
Ferrari.
So the fact that you knew 3 of them off the top of your head, though, is still
That's so funny, yeah. I just remember the whole image of him being interviewed.
If we don't get to do some kind of catwalk or something later on, can Blue Steel be like a move that's taught to like charm somebody?
I do have to say, if our characters ever need code names, there are 4 of us.
Oh.
Dude.
Oh shit! We're using codenames as soon as possible. I'm introducing myself to this lady as Latigra.
So Ylva sort of turns her attention to the 2 dudes, and it's a little awkward.
Griffin and I are about to have the best buddy cop arc.
Oh yeah.
He's looking there stoic, and I'm just like, oh. Are these original ceiling?
Does Ylva have all her stuff?
Yeah, she has all her stuff. Her winter clothes has taken some damage, so she probably has to get that. Yeah, she probably has to get new ones. When she ran, she probably took like her rucksack that she had, because like, you know, she's not crazy.
Yeah.
And so you are fairly low on supplies, and you also know that like, I mean, you're on the run now. But you are in desperate need of supplies, and like, I mean, yes, like, were your wounds healed and your health back up? Absolutely, but like, it's
Still sore.
You're still going to be kind of like licking your wounds a little bit before you move on anywhere else.
Does she have her sword?
Yes, it's on the ground.
She will kind of pick it up and make sure like the bindings are on it and everything. She will kind of start to strap it to her back and then kind of grimace a little bit and switch to just kind of carry it at the side. She will turn to the other 4. Are you locals?
Not quite.
I'm somewhat local.
Fine
Aren't you-
local.
Know where to buy supplies in this town.
My good
Yeah,
friend
what do
to
you
the
need?
left of me here might have a few things.
You sell
What do you
food?
need?
Food for the road, rations, hiking supplies, anything you can spare.
Oh, yeah. Can I offer some mushroom jerky?
Yeah, absolutely.
See?
Yeah.
So I pull out like a little bag of homemade mushroom jerky and hand it over.
Delicious.
Does it look like regular jerky?
What, Griffin?
I was gonna say low key. My mom actually just got some mushroom jerky and brought it, and it was fucking awesome. Mushroom
There's some
jerky
really good
slaps.
ones out there.
I'm like,
Get mushroom jerky.
Stahmet probably like hand makes and hand seasons it, so it actually probably looks a little bit better than other jerky you've had.
Oh, dude, it's good.
But you're like, oh, it's
this
not
one-
meat.
No. But still protein. Ma'am, what I got here? I got some lion's mane, mushroom jerky. Great for cognitive health. Try to get back up on your feet. I saw your brain stop working kind of for a little bit, so eat a little bit of this. You might feel a little bit better.
My brain's working fine, thank you. What else do
It
you
was
have?
just off, but okay. Here you go.
Take 2 in the morning and call me.
How much?
Oh man. We're just one big happy family.
Any chance
It's
I
free.
can get the
It's
treatment
free.
for that
It's
same
free.
ring?
It's
Oh.
free. It's free.
Oh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take it. Sticking her back. How about a place to rest for the evening?
Well, I do have a spare room.
I could not intrude upon your hospitality any longer. I will find another place.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Poor young woman. Someone else might take advantage of you. And she sort of like stamps her cane really heavily as if like the decision has been made.
Just kind of nod to her. Alright, thank you.
She turns her attention to Anni and says, thank you for coming. I heard that the town burned. You heard anything in the forest?
No, I have not heard of this. I am happy to help.
They say it was a lightning, but we haven't had a storm with lightning in 2 weeks.
Anni kind of starts looking around kind of nervously, and she just goes, I have nothing to do with this.
Oh, no one is accusing you, girl. Calm down. The village of, let me see. And she's sort of like taps her cane, like she's trying to like remember what someone told her this morning, and she's like, Dre Mandibu was not too far from here. You guys know it's like kind of like not the next town, but it's like the next town over. It's about 4 days from Anni's house.
It's not somewhere I've ever been. I probably wouldn't travel
you
that
honestly like you mostly stick to this town, but the other towns are not too far away that you could not have ever been to them. So you've probably been to it, but not recently. And it's not on a coast either.
Yeah, I don't travel very far. I wouldn't go more than 10 miles from my home.
4 days is kind of a long journey.
4 days is a long time. Maybe I went there when I was like 6 or 7 and barely remember it. But...
Barely remember it. But a whole town to burn down because of lightning is a little weird to you. Ylva, please make me a... Look at your guys' sheets really quick. You're like, ooh, a roll. Could you make me...
I lean forward for all the dice rolls.
Yes, you're like, see what lore you got.
I have guild lore for blacksmiths.
I was gonna say, roll me either a society or an occultism. You are not good at either of those.
True. I'll do
with you.
Yeah, I'll do occultism. There's some practices in the mountains. Okay, I mean middling, 13.
You find it odd that a town burned to the ground, and then, or got struck by lightning or whatever have you, and you recall your journey down the mountain with your father a couple weeks ago, and you remember having that thought of, but we should have passed the last stop 2 days ago. And you're like, did that town disappear? Did something happen to that town? Like, what's... Like, it just kind of flags in your memory a little bit of, like, it's weird that 2 towns in, like, a month have been missing or vandalized or a tragedy has struck.
That doesn't happen around here very often.
No. No, I would say not.
Must be the weather. It's been awfully cold this winter.
Yes. The weather.
Sorry guys, hold on 1 sec. My AC unit is leaking from the ceiling.
Oh no.
Yikes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we lost Britain.
We did lose Brit,
It's in
so
that-
do we want to take our 5 right this moment?
That would be really lovely, actually.
Okay. Let's
'Cause I
take
feel like
our...
I'm missing out on the story because I've had my headset off and I come back and you guys are still going, so I want to make sure I'm there
Yeah.
for it.
Alright, let's take our 5.
On that note, I was marking down the familiars stuff that I need to
Mhm.
mark down. I'm just trying to make sure I have everything accurate here, but I didn't settle on speaking. It says they can communicate empathically with me.
Yes.
Right. So I figured, even though we were talking about, like, I could understand the cat but nobody else could, I just settled on not doing that at all.
Okay.
And just saying, like, okay, it's empathic. I have to pick scent because that's the rule,
Yes.
because it's a cat. And then I picked manual dexterity and independent, which means that my cat can do essentially anything hands can do, and I imagine he does it with either double paws or tail. And then I took independent.
All right, guys. That was the internet went out for.
Oh yeah, all
No,
good.
for sure.
We're gonna
Yeah, no
we're gonna take our
Take a-
5-minute.
In a moment,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. What are you? You're just going over spells you had or something?
We were
I was
just. Yeah.
I was talking about the cat and what my cat has, because I have to.
Right.
It's something I have to pick every day, actually.
Oh, yeah. I gotta.
You can change that. Wow.
Yeah. It Shit. I think I exited. Fuck. I think the window closed.
Not the window closing.
I had it up.
Oh, you right
Dude, I
back.
have like 30 windows open right now.
I believe you.
Familiars class. Are you on the archives? The archives of Nethys?
Nerthus or whatever.
Nerthus.
Yeah.
Nethys.
Dude. Okay. Look at the partner in crime.
Oh yeah, I was actually flipping past that just a moment ago. I'm not at Nerthus. I'm looking at the player's handbook, and I just scrolled back up to my class for a moment. So I'll go down there in just a moment.
Yeah. Look at partners in crime. Seems like it's gonna be so fun.
I didn't.
So I was looking at this because I essentially. That's why I had D ask you, because I was like, I don't want it to be too similar to what you have. But I essentially have like a drone for a familiar. And it's not a familiar. It just apply. They follow the same like rules and like commands and stuff. You'll meet him later.
That's
soon.
cool. If yours is technically a familiar, does yours have spells?
We'll have to answer that when Dee gets back, because she looked into it a little bit more than I did, because I was asking questions about it. Because I'm a druid, so I can root worker, so I can have I essentially bring, like, I have the power to bring, like, a plant to life to carry out whatever task I want, but it says it follows the same commands as, like, a familiar.
Okay, but it's not technically a familiar.
It's not technically a familiar, it just,
Oh.
they share the same, like, laws of...
It's
or
the same rules, but it's
In D&D, I'm assuming that's probably just to make it easier, but yeah,
Well,
it's
I
it's
can
like a
tell you-
mindless drone.
yeah. I can tell you that.
Think of Baby Groot.
Oh, mine says from another witch's familiar anyway. from another familiar. In theory, I can learn my cat can learn spells from another familiar.
Yeah, I
It would have to be a
don't.
witch's familiar.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think my
He's
cat's.
definitely not a witch's familiar. Yeah.
No. So essentially, I can bring forth like a little plant or like a little mushroom to carry out. Think of the brooms from the Mickey Mouse
Fantasia?
Fantasia. There you go. Yeah. Right? Does that seem right, D?
Yeah.
I create them to I give life to them to carry out like this single task. I think I get 2 tasks.
You have Meeseeks.
Yeah, Meeseeks. Or yeah.
I'm flipping back down to partner in crime. There, where is it?
It just seems like such
That's
like a
cool.
fun one.
That's neat. I have something kind of similar. I have independent, which is that I just get my familiar just gets an action each round, even
Partner
if I
in
don't
crime
want
is
tell it to do something.
is a boo from.
Well, just
Aladdin.
imagine you're like I told D this because one of my little like creations is gonna be like a little mushroom. So I was like, just imagine like me and my little mushroom like going to rob a bank. And we both have like little ski masks on, like little mushroom has like a little ski mask.
I have to.
There was another one
Done
that I
item.
was reading. I don't remember where it is, but it was also really funny. The tattoo one is kind of interesting. It's more of like a sneaky one.
Mine. So the thing that's kind of gnarly about as a witch's familiar, I get an extra familiar ability, which is cool. So I have 3 familiar abilities instead of the typical 2.
But one has to be
but
sent.
One of them has to be sent because my
So you
familiar-
technically get 2.
I get 2, but
Well, you get a free one though.
Yeah,
I'm still
you get a
listening
free
back.
one.
I gotta.
if I only got 2, one of them would still have to be sent.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So I still get an extra. I still get 3. You know, almost every familiar has one of them that's locked in. In theory, I could make the cat fly. Mechanically speaking, I don't think I will until I have a magical.
Funny though.
Until I have a magical reason to do so. I probably like at a point I will have a magical reason to do so. You know, I will have like a magical way. I'll be like, oh, I made a potion.
Have you ever had dreams of flying, Yggdrasil?
I guess you would understand though.
I can understand.
Well, empathetically. So
So I
You
could
get
definitely
the
get a yes
feeling
right
of no.
now. I get 100% get a yes. Have you ever had a cat that likes the tossing on the bed game?
I've never tried, to be honest. I don't think I want to start that.
What's the tossing on the bed game?
roughness, you know?
So
Toss a cat
I've had
on a bed.
very large cats. I've
That's
had
the
some
game.
very large cats, and some cats like this, and some cats don't really care for this.
Mhm.
But some cats really like to be tossed onto a big soft surface.
Okay, I knew it was either one of 2 things. Either you're tossing the cat like onto the bed or something, or you're tossing like what I do with my dogs. Like I'll toss the blankets over them,
Oh yeah.
and they like freak out because they're underneath them.
Mhm.
I'll toss the cat onto the bed, and Binks is neutral about it. He doesn't really care about it. But we had a cat before that at my parents' house, who when you did that, he would land, and he'd kind of look around, and then he'd hop off the bed, come up next to you, and he didn't meow, he beeped. So he would just go. And then I'd pick him up and toss him back on. He'd stand, he'd look around, he'd pop back off, he'd walk over me.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I have
it was very nice.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying it was nice.
so happy I can refer to things and you actually know what I'm talking about now, since you came over. Which I've been kind of low-key rubbing in, if Griffin can hear me, his face. Because you made it out to the new house before Griffin did.
It's literally so sad that Nick lives so far away.
Nick, next summer, if you want to fly out, and then if you guys want to come out here, we can do like the lake and stuff. You guys want to come here and have Griffin out? Play D&D.
Where am I
I
going?
want to do like a in-person session at my place.
Coming to Cali, baby.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I can tell you one thing too is in 2025 we're
Big
our
wedding.
wedding when our wedding happens, we're gonna have like a we're gonna basically rent out like a very large house, like a mansion or like something like that, so that everybody has really and basically everybody would get a discount on their hotel stay, essentially, because
if you're doing a big house, it's much more viable for like multiple people.
And we would have the reception there, so essentially by being like, we're renting out this big place, give us this much for your hotel stay, and then you're basically subsidizing the cost of the reception space for us too, and so everybody wins. We have a cheaper reception space, you have a cheaper hotel stay.
Yeah, my
Nick, you can always stay with me.
Thanks, man.
Also,
come to Disney.
You guys can also stay at my house too. That's fine.
Yeah, Britt's like
Nick, where do you live?
40 minutes fucking
Minnesota.
Minnesota, shit. Yeah, if you want to come out, dude, I live in the mountains above where like D lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so it takes like 25 minutes to get down, and then like 15-20 minutes to get to Dee's house.
But my homies are gonna move to Minnesota, and I will introduce them to you, Nick, and you're gonna really like them.
Cool.
No,
you have a lot of homies.
They're
I
horrible.
have a ton of homies actually. Well, okay.
Nick, I've
to
met
be
them.
fair,
They belong in prison.
Don't lie. You haven't met Luna. No one knows Luna though.
I'm gonna be honest. That narrows it down to like half of Dee's friends. I won't tell you which half.
It's the half you're playing with.
Yeah, this is the half that you're playing with is the wild half.
Yeah.
The fun half, as most of us would call it.
Yeah.
So, which homies?
Oh, this is
all of us.
Yeah, like in the Minnesota, soon to be Minnesota homies is actually my literal best friend from when I was like 13. So
wow.
I've only known her 1 year less than I've known Noah. And Noah and I have been down bad with her for fucking 15 plus years.
Yeah, we were in choir together, actually. Not for very long. I don't think she did it the year after the first year. She did it for the requirement, and that was it. And then I was up in the competitive choir, which was cool.
Competitive choir sounds fun, just because like I couldn't imagine choir being, especially what I expect it to be,
You've seen Glee.
and having it be like super competitive. No, I know like that's actual choir, but like when I was in choir in school, we were singing like gospels and shit in the church because I went to one of those.
I like
private
to see this more as like
things.
pitch perfect.
Our school went 5 years straight. Our school choir went 5 years straight without ever getting a single score
Gay
below
person?
90.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, I was there for 3 of those.
noise.
You can no matter who you are, you start in essentially JV. But guys can generally get 3 years in the competitive choir, and girls can generally get 2 years because there's more competition to get up there, to get up at that level. It was really fun, though. It was really strange because I always say it's like playing football for Alabama, but nobody knows because nobody cares. Nobody knows that.
That's kind of cool though. Do you have a really good voice then, Noah?
Noah can't sing.
I am what's called. I am a.
You can also play.
Noah can sing and play.
I have a very, I have a very clear voice, and I'm very accurate, which means that I was almost always standing near the middle of a group, but I never got a solo because I don't have a soloist's voice. I have a voice that is structurally important to acquire, but not a soloist voice.
Neat. That's still cool.
Yeah, I also have a very good. I had a very good range. I don't know if I do anymore. I don't work on it, and it is something you have to exercise.
Griff, you back?
Kind of. I mean, yes, I am.
Okay.
I am back.
All
I'm just
right.
putting an English muffin in the good old
that's fine.
air fryer here for a little toast moment, because frankly, that edible got me a little bit, and we had a panic moment.
You're like, I'm feeling a little punchy, man. Stahmet gives you some bizarre mushrooms. No,
Chicken of the
So-
forest.
yeah. So Ylva again. Stahmet produces from his pack a wild assortment of very quality forageables.
I don't leave the house without it, man.
An impressive selection.
You should see what I got at home.
Did I disconnect, or are we all quiet?
No,
Oh,
it
we're
was
so
really
quiet.
quiet. I was checking my internet too because I thought my internet went out again.
Okay, so Vorik, so you actually you're in this area for kind of a reason. On your hunt here, you have been gathering information on where you can get magical items and stuff that may draw the attention of Odin. So the reason that you're sort of like going towards this area is because you've heard about a lost ruin. According to legend, this used to be home to like an ancient kingdom, and now the forest covers it as well as some of the marshes of Fimbul. However, the ruins are supposedly cursed, of course, but since they're cursed,
Gotta be.
all the treasures are still there, supposedly. And
All the curses.
all these goddamn curses. You're looking in particular for something called the Conqueror's Axe, and legend has it that it was actually wielded by the founder of the Wolves of Shadow. Definitely would fetch a very fancy price, or be quite
I have
useful.
no interest in such shiny things. Or fetch me quite useful.
Could be useful in your search for, powerful magical items. Of course, the ruins are supposed to be full of tons of treasure, but this is the particular item that's like on your checklist. You essentially spend a lot of time in towns, talking to people and trying to figure out like what the local legends are and if there is any truth to these legends and what you might be able to sort of harvest from the nearby area.
Okay.
So you are kind of looking for these ruins,
Mm-hmm.
and you haven't been in town for too long, but you did hear this morning about the village seemingly burning down, which you overhear the older woman sort of speaking about as well.
You there, woman.
Eh?
Yes, you. You said a village burned down.
Yes.
Where?
Oh, about 5 days walk. You familiar with the town? The long name that I said earlier started with a D. Dre Mandaboo.
No, point me in the direction.
She just takes a gnarled finger and points to south.
Love it.
Mind the forest, Wolves of Shadow.
Are there
Oh, the
ruins
forest.
near this town?
Ruins. Oh! That ancient kingdom nonsense. She sort of looks at Anni and she sort of shrugs and she goes, "Sure, I guess there are ruins in the forest."
Why did the city burn?
Well, I think it got struck by lightning, which I did say was bizarre, since a lightning storm hasn't been had for 2 weeks. She pops her head out and like points to the smoke in the distance.
Elf, I'll need supplies.
For me?
Yeah, that's you. Sorry.
Yeah, you're the elf.
This time, baby.
I just didn't know I was the only elf in the room. So
Stahmet's like
We all look
barely
alike,
remembers that
man.
he's an
never
elf.
you just can't assume, man. Cause then you just make an ass out of you and me. What can I help you with, man? What do you need?
Preferably that ring.
You have the ring, man. You're supposed to bring me fossils for it. We already bartered on this. This was like 30 minutes ago.
You're now away from the stall, so bartering's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, did you read the sign that said no bartering unless 30 feet away from the store?
Oh God. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check on the ring, Vorik.
Alright.
Really sick painting you got behind you, Griffin.
Thanks, man. Really handsome. This guy started rambling about change or some shit. I don't even know what's going on with him. He's gonna change the world.
The only thing that painting is missing is the word hope.
Exactly. Like, I hope it doesn't show up on my wall. Alright, Arcana check. Ba-ba. Hit the thing. 7. Oh, 10. I have a modifier, just kidding.
10? You're fairly certain it's not magic, but you're not 100% sure. But you put it on regardless.
Good.
You slipping on. I own your soul. No, I'm just kidding.
Make a wisdom saving throw. All right, it's very cursed.
Your soul is mine, Griffin. If you could just leave the party, please. You are my puppet.
I'm just gonna 100% control all of your character's actions from now on. So
We'll see you in 8 years.
Yeah. So
wait, what did you roll?
again... Oh, like he rolled pretty low to be like, is this magic or not?
Oh, you don't know, bro. I might have tricked you. You don't know that?
I mean, technically
You
you
can't hear
gave
this
it away
either,
for
'cause it's a monologue
fossils,
in my
which is
head.
an insane trade, but okay.
We'll see about that. He's forever indebted.
That's
I know what
fair.
those fossils are for, man.
Yeah, never told him, like, what kind of fossils, how many fossils, like, would I be satisfied? Just said, bring me some fossils. He agreed to it, though.
That's on him. So Ylva has secured a room for the evening. I would imagine that Stahmet has fully just been camping, like fully just roughing it. Vorik probably has
I sleep upside down in a tree with one eye open.
And his arms crossed like this.
Yeah, you've figured out where you're gonna stay, be it in someone's house or on a boat, or if you're just gonna rough it. And Annika, you fully are like, you're kind of packing up your stuff, and you're fully like, well, time to get going.
There's definitely a lot of instances where I'm just kind of standing there, just kind of like it's like one of those things where, you know, when you know somebody, or when you meet somebody who like isn't around people a lot, how their eyes are just like, while they're listening to people, their eyes are just wide. Like
You're from Alabama? Like deep?
Not really.
Not used to the interaction. No, just, you know, homeschooled, not used to interacting with people.
Homeschooled,
like,
okay.
It's just like him and his mom.
Yeah, like when you see somebody who's just kind of like hanging out, and they're just kind of like they look at everything like they're aliens, more or less. They're just kind of like, okay, like what's going on here? And she's just kind of standing there with her bag, and the cat standing next to her, and the cat's also staring at you guys.
Clenching your purse.
Y'all are in the doorway, more or less, so I think she's just kind of like standing there and just like waiting for you all to like finish your conversation, but also listening.
Why are you interested in the ruins?
How familiar are you with our religion?
I am knowledgeable, I suppose, if it is the same up in the mountains.
Are you a firm believer of Loki, Odin, Freya? Who do you believe?
Can I assess what he wants me to answer?
Answer me!
Absolutely. Roll.
Assess and answer me.
No, there's no insight. Roll a diplomacy.
Look me up and down and tell me what I want to hear.
Okay. Diplomacy, or... Yeah, diplomacy. Okay. That is a total of 6.
Well, it technically there is a secondary religion in the mountains, but you don't think he means that.
Yes. Firm believer, as you say.
In who?
The ones you said. Loki, Odin, Freya.
Okay, good, just checking.
I give you all the right answers.
There's artifacts to be held in these ruins. I must have them.
Why?
Because someone must hold all of the knowledge and keys once everything is restarted.
You are preparing for Ragnarok.
I never gave it that name. Why do you use this name?
You hear the old woman say something and then spit really loudly.
Do
I need to do a spit take? Sorry.
Oh no.
No, the lake.
No, I don't think it's a spit take. I think it's more of like a Thor.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which is also my favorite insult. Somebody says something to you, you go. Don't even really spit, just make the sound. Griffin, fuck you.
It is not my place. I did not mean offense.
No, there's no offense. There's no anything. There won't be anything. Everything will restart. Everything will be anew. Anyway, someone must have everything. Why shouldn't I?
Good luck with that.
What do you know of Ragnarok?
Only what I've heard.
Elaborate. Lovely. It's like pulling teeth with this one.
I'm sure you have heard stories as well.
Just
We've all
want
heard-
to point out I got a herbal paste. Just rub it on your gums, could numb that teeth ache right up. Carry on.
I'm assuming that was directed at.
Yeah, he said pulling teeth, so
Oh, got it.
I want him to know that I have a remedy for it.
Oh my god.
This is where
I had to mute.
this is where we're going, folks. This is me.
Ylva is.
I had to
Very confused.
talk to Britt after I made your guys' characters with you, and I was like, all right, Britt, so listen, everyone else has the most serious backstory.
My character is very I'm for the cause, we're gonna get to it and everything, but like
I'm for the cause.
Spacey, I'm very unserious.
Yeah.
Look, I'm 400 years old, you're all like 40. So I've seen it all come and go. I'm here for it. Don't take it too seriously.
I do not have gum disease.
Not you. Not you. Eat your lion's mane jerky.
Oh, I will save it. Apparently, it smells very good.
Tastes even better.
Anyway, I must go to get these artifacts. If I have these artifacts, I can replace him. If the good one goes, I can replace him. I can be him. I am his chosen.
Who are you replacing, man?
Replacing who?
'Cause
Him. The one. The Allfather. Odin himself.
he's got lightning, man.
I shall find it too.
Sure, I can help you with a plan or two, but good luck on your endeavors.
If you want to replace the Allfather, go on ahead. I will not stand in your way.
An ally then. Come.
No, I will also not stand with you, though.
No. Come.
You hear the voice in your head, Ylva. Stay. Stay with the healers.
You would go about this alone?
Yes. I'm a cleric. I'm a... Nah, it's lame.
I think the 3 healers is gonna work out kind of great because it's like 3. It's like the again the spectrum. It's like the 3.
Yeah.
Like we're everywhere. Like we're the least concerned, the most concerned in the middle of healers, and then we get this like random person who's gonna join us because she was unconscious.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
She
that's
was
totally
hurt, and then it's just like-
totally Ylva's class.
Yeah.
All of us falling in line to like our own like specialties, but also being able to heal. I think the 3 healers is gonna actually
Mhm.
work out better than just like, oh, we'll just heal each other throughout the whole thing.
Yeah,
So I feel like the personalities are so like vastly different.
Yes, I'll go alone. I'm squirrely, like a squirrel, or a Borg. Have you seen a Borg? No, you haven't seen a Borg. Come.
I have Borkland shoes, bro.
You do not command me, but I will assist you if you ask.
Good. Odin had allies. I have allies. Allies good.
So remember when like earlier I gave you like that jerky, and I also helped make you feel better? And you said, "What do I owe you?" And I said, "Nothing." I take it back.
She will kind of pull out like a very small coin purse that doesn't like rattle at all, and just kind of open up.
No, man. Will you join us?
Are you with this one?
With This one.
Good. More
I'm
allies.
pointing to-
Allies good.
Towards Anni.
Yeah.
Oh wait, to Anni or me?
No, great, because in mine he's like up.
Oh,
This
Yeah.
is where Griffin is. No.
that's no.
Griffin, what? I need you to change your.
Right. Wait.
like,
Here, hold on.
I can't remember
There.
everyone's name and left. Like I can't. No, I can't. I need you to
Uh,
change your name in the server.
Oh, I thought you wanted to point upward to me because you're like a little elf. and
No,
I'm just
you're
like-
diagonal. So me pointing right here is you. Like that's
Okay.
you right there.
I have mine vertical. Let me change my thing from. I'm just gonna change Mr. Even Bigger Willies to
Yeah, sure.
Even bigger, bigger.
Even bigger Willie.
As this is like happen, as like Vorik is like strong arming Ylva and Stahmet to come with them on a wild goose chase, Yggdrasil like turns his big eyes to you and just goes "Meow."
And I think like I'm kind of picturing like at a point, Anni was kind of like very kind of quietly like sidestepping along the wall
Yeah,
towards
just
the
like-
door to start leaving, and she's and like I think she maybe even like takes a step outside and go, interesting crew, huh, Iggy, and looks back and sees Iggy just like with them with
He's back on the table.
yeah, but with Ylva,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Like very
with-
close to Ylva.
Very close to Ylva, and he is like his yellow eyes just stare at you. And they're having this absolutely insane conversation. And Yggdrasil's just like, wow.
I think I just kind of go. I like come back in and I lean forward and I just go, is this why you made me bring all my stuff?
Please, why not? I can win you an artifact from these ruins to repay you for healing me.
My artifact, mine, ours,
No. Fossils. You. Me.
fossils, artifacts, both allies. Good,
No.
let's go.
You. Fossil artifacts. You. Me. Fossils.
Why are we talking like this?
I don't know. I think he is
That's my friend.
I like him and the talking cat. We bring.
the cat is talking to you.
He talked to the cat. I should talk to the cat.
I have
The
cat
cat
food
talks
and
about as much as most cats.
What'd you
Which
say,
is-
Noah?
Which is often, but in a meow.
I really don't see many cats, so
That's a shame.
how many cats have you seen?
Fucking cat.
counting this one,
You gotta make
No.
a roll for that.
Yeah.
Not counting this one.
then none.
Well then,
It's
Man, I
really
gotta tell you
cold up in the
something.
mountains.
this is a cat. They walk on four legs.
I
Take that for
see
a
that.
minute.
Any other?
Don't scratch
do
his
they-
stomach.
Okay.
Don't scratch his stomach.
Will it hurt it?
You see Yggdrasil rolls on his belly.
Scratch it up.
He's very fluffy. He's very fluffy.
I'm
The belly
really
is so
giving mixed
soft.
signals here,
Scratch it.
but you just told me not to.
Yeah, I'm just kidding, man. Don't scratch it. If you like being scratched and that's your thing, scratch his tummy. If not, stick to the chest area.
I'm very confused.
Do you pet the cat, Ylva?
No confusion.
I mean, Yeah.
Okay.
That's an athletic check.
Perfect. Roll me. There's no animal handling in here. Guess roll me a nature check.
We broke the game already. All right.
Sure. Yeah, sure. All right.
There really is no animal handling.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising actually. That's
Yeah.
17. Good roll.
Oh, you just pet
You're-
his chest.
You're
you
very skeptical, but Anni does sort of like once like Yggdrasil like flops over on his belly and he's like meow. Anni's like, oh, you can pet him. And you
Yeah,
very gingerly stroke
Oh,
Yggdrasil's tummy, and he's so soft. And he does not bite or scratch.
Oh. That is nice.
Lucky. Sometimes they'll get overstimulated.
On that
Indeed.
note, I drop to all fours, crawl up to the cat, and I just kind of go, and just like put my face in it.
Oh Jesus! Roll me a nature check.
Okay. 13.
Yggdrasil gets scared and he like tries to scratch your face. Roll me a dex saving throw.
No,
I'll just take it.
Iggy's
I
not
heal.
using claw.
Oh, Iggy's not.
What's that?
Iggy's not using claw.
Iggy's not using claw. Egg.
Just a fucking hit the flat.
I should have mentioned. Sorry, I kind of spaced on this because of everything. But when I was introducing my character, also I forgot to mention my guy's kind of like insane.
What?
Like he's not really
Picking
there.
up on that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I forgot to like add that in. I was looking over my notes. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot where I was going with this.
Yeah, trying
So,
to figure out the
like-
voice and stuff.
Less
Yeah.
insane, but just had like one too many concussions from fighting.
He's like really on one. He's like obsessive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I would say
well,
he's like oh my god, who's that character from Fairly Odd Parents where he's like Fairly Odd Parents?
Mr. Crocker.
Oh,
Yeah, Mr.
yeah,
Crocker.
Mr. Crocker.
Yeah, it's more like that.
Yeah.
Okay, Yggdrasil doesn't use any claws, so you scare the absolute shit out of Yggdrasil, and Yggdrasil very fluffily like runs under the table, and you can just see his like big yellow eyes.
You were
Definitely
exactly my drunk uncle who came last weekend, who kept fucking with Ozzy, and got to the point where he got so drunk he like got on all fours and like drunkenly stumbled on all fours to Ozzy and was like fucking with him, and Ozzy ended up like biting him all over the hands, biting him all over in the like the face. Not like he didn't.
I know
hurt him,
Oswald. He's freaking, yeah.
Yeah,
little-
but he was like, "I'm gonna fuck you up, dude. Get away from me."
Ozzy is a take no prisoners kind of dog.
Used to be like that with
Except
me.
Except he weighs like 3 pounds, so you can literally just pick him up and take him away.
Ozzy and I have. Go ahead.
What are you doing?
You said soft. Must feel. Must have soft.
The cat definitely did kind of did that thing where he kind of like rears up on just two legs and goes whack, 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 whack.
The best cat movement.
I love it when cats. There was a black cat that I used to know, who I used to like shadow box with him, and he just like whack. And it was so fun, dude.
So the cat did that when he was reeling away from me?
Yeah, kind of whacked.
Shadow
just
box
kind of
you a
whacked you
little.
on the head a couple of times.
Okay, good. I stand up very quickly. Fighting cat. He comes too.
Didn't actually transfer the whole GIF. The whole GIF is the cat slaps this dude's hand like 7 times.
I guess we're a team.
Allies, good.
Enemy's bad.
You see Yggdrasil hops back up on the table and just super loudly.
Well,
Tomorrow. Need sleep.
Tomorrow then.
Come find me, outside of town. Front. North. 20 paces forward, 30 left. 20 more. There's a tree. It's the only one in the field.
I will look for you.
so is the direction that they're going... So the direction we're going to these ruins, did you say it was... Which direction did you say it was, Dee?
So this is a little concerning for Anni because you do know that there is a couple of ruins in the forest. However, there's two reasons there's three reasons you don't go stumbling around the forest. Reason number one, wolves of shadow territory, and they are real big on the take no prisoners kind of thing right now. Since tensions are super high. So they're very kill now, ask questions later. Number two, if it is the ruins that they are talking about, you have heard the same rumors that they are cursed, and you do not go poking around cursed stuff. You know where your place is. And three,
I like cursed objects.
You're pretty sure there's some hags and maybe a troll that lives in the woods. You haven't run into them, but you have seen signs of said hags and trolls, and you know how to avoid them.
Okay. That's fine. My original question was, what direction is it?
Oh, into the forest.
It's back towards my place?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell everybody, I live somewhat close to there. You can stop by my house before we go.
Great, we stay with you.
It is not big enough.
We stay with you.
She'll kind of smile, and she'll kind of stand up, and she'll look down at Iggy, and she'll look up at you all, and she says, I will see you in the morning. And is going to nod and start, walking away.
Wait. I never got your name.
Annika.
Ylva.
I will see you in the morning. And is going to, start to move away. And does anybody, at all kind of move in her direction?
Sure.
She drinks a potion really quick. She pulls a potion out of her bag and drinks a potion. And gets a 30-foot bonus to her speed.
Yeah, and you really don't want to be. It's a studio apartment. There's really no room for anybody else.
There's no room, motherfuckers.
No, we can stay with you. No, you really can't.
Yeah, I sleep in my kitchen. There's no room.
I will be right back, though. Sorry. Continue, please.
You're good.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I still have my headphones, so I'm still listening.
Hey, D.
Yeah.
Do you have the Discord chat open? That's the direct one between. Basically, do you have direct chats open at all times between all characters?
Yeah, yes, I'm looking at them.
So this, when I'm typing, you can see these things?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I may or may not, just for shock value's sake when I do shit, I might put in crazy thoughts that I just do. If people are just doing shit. And then you can let me know whether or not that's okay. And
That's fine.
Downtime activity.
Downtime activity,
cool.
yeah.
No, not like that. the immediate instance that popped into my head when I was thinking about like craziness is like, okay, we're gonna go see the Wolves of Shadow or whatever. Like if it was ever a moment like, and this is gonna be such a reach, and you guys are gonna have to bear with my little ADHD brain here because I really went on a tangent with this one. But like everyone's like sitting around like talking about what we're gonna do in order to approach these guys, and in my head I think Wolves of Shadow and I think Wolves Fenrir, and then I just start crawling on all fours towards them. But these guys don't know about it. You just say, while you guys are talking, Vorik's crawling on all fours towards them. I just want to do stupid shit where
That's
that
fine,
comes out.
yeah.
But I'm still crazy, but I am serious about what I'm doing.
Okay.
But that was just my immediate like thought of like how the back and forth would work if I texted you.
I feel like that works kind of good, especially if our characters are gonna get along because we're both like unhinged.
Unhinged in different ways.
But still sane. Like we're just so in our own ways. Mine is like I've been alive so long that like I've seen it all, so I'm just gonna live my life. You might have got knocked on the head a little too hard.
I have moments of clarity. One of my things is one of my arcane sigils, and what I have with my Jesus, what is it? It's not my heritage, it's my shit, I can't even remember what I have now. Anyway, I have fortune telling, and basically in my mind, like I kind of just like zone out into the ether for a minute, and then like I can talk totally clearly. I'm just like a totally normal guy, still like me, but I can like totally zone out and just like go see our loosely told fortune for a minute that like might be like 15 minutes in advance, but I'm still just totally normal. And that's actually me, but I'm just like in between these two stages at all times. Some days it
Okay,
might be crazier
so
than others.
Anni, you're leaving town, right? You're going back home.
Yeah, I'm going back home. I give like crude directions to my place.
Cool.
So they can meet me in the morning.
As you're walking through town, go ahead and make me a perception check again.
Perception.
Or
It's gonna be
perception.
very good roll. It's gonna be a 24.
Oh, excellent. As you leave, and it's like basically the point in the day where it takes you half a day to walk there. So you get there, you start really early, you get there at like, half, and then you try and get home before it gets dark. So sun still is going to be up for a couple more hours. So you do notice like the huge plume of black smoke. And you also just notice around town that a lot of people are like, you just hear a lot of people talking about like they're gonna send people out to go check on it, what it could have been, So you overhear a lot of talk about that. And you also look at this one thing. With that 24, like you're not lollygagging. Like you're like, okay, did my thing, want to get home, definitely got way more than I absolutely bargained for today. And you get basically into the woods to the point where you feel a little bit more relaxed, like you can no longer hear like the sounds of the docks. It's just your footsteps and stuff. And you see a little bit along the path the same woman who stopped you earlier, seemingly gathering herbs by the road.
Annika will use whatever the in cultures all have a word for a sweet old lady. Some places say like grandmother.
Right.
Some places say, various other words. Maybe like
Babushka.
Nani or something like that.
Yeah,
Bushka,
Nona. Yeah.
Yeah, I say, I call out that, and I say, can I help you?
How close do you get?
I probably call from just a point where it's definitely earshot for a potentially deaf old lady, but not close.
Yeah. She doesn't
Like I'm just kind of
respond.
walking along the road and I kind of call out.
She doesn't respond. Like, she doesn't even respond like she heard you.
I will stand there quietly for a period of time, and I will kind of lean over to Iggy and kind of turn my hands for a moment and go, Iggy, can you see her? And just kind of stare for a moment. I'm going to cast Read Aura,
Ooh, okay.
which is you focus on the target. It says object,
Yes.
but it says opening your mind to perceive magical auras. When the casting is complete, you know whether that item is magical, and if it is, you learn the school of magic. I don't know if that will really help.
Yeah.
But I'll try and do that really quick. Oh, I also have Detect Magic. So I'll just use Detect Magic instead.
Oh, yeah. Because detect magic's just like a thing.
It's definitely appropriate there. They're
Yeah.
both canon.
You pretty much immediately are like, oh, this is an illusion.
An illusion.
Quite right.
Immediately, Iggy starts to like bat at, as if batting at bugs. Starts to
Fireflies.
bat, and out of pause, fireflies come out and start to circle around us, and I cast Dancing Lights. And I want to just peer into the woods and see if I can see anything strange happening. I'm gonna let the dancing lights are gonna kind of dance around into the woods to see if I can get an eye on anything strange in the woods.
So, as you, recognize that this is an illusion, and you cast dancing lights into the woods, you realize that the woman is made of a large tree root, and that the dancing lights sort of float up this very large tree that you don't remember being there.
Can I nature? I'm good at all the skills like that. I have Arcana, Nature, Occultism, and Religion. But of course, the ones that are int are better for me. I guess I guess I have lore herbalism.
Yeah.
First of all, did it actually look like she was picking? She looks like she's picking herbs.
It was, yeah, that was fully just a very simple illusion of a grandma stooped over, sort of doing something by the road, just enough to
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, can I do herbalism on this tree?
Yeah. I'll allow that.
Yeah, I just want to know.
Herbalize that tree.
I want to see if I recognize this type of tree.
Okay.
You could tell it's an aspen because the way it is.
19.
You're very familiar with this forest, and you realize that the tree is most likely a treant.
Ooh.
Do I know treants to be dangerous or just
It's like throw rocks.
like present?
You, as Anni, do not consider treants inherently dangerous. They are protective of their territories, and they are unforgiving to people who do not respect the ways of the forest, but that is not the category that you fall under. If a treant is going to the lengths of illusioning something to get your attention, that's interesting.
There's
I'll
a great
just-
X-Files episode about this.
Do I also know whether treants are able to speak to people?
Great question. Let me look really quick. I always assume it's Lord of the Rings rules, but that might not be true in Pathfinder. Yes, they can.
I'll just say quietly, you're not from this far close to the city.
Let me just take a quick little peek at what languages you speak.
I don't know where to look at that, but
I
I
don't
probably
either,
speak quite a
actually.
few. Because I have...
Where would I find that?
Maybe I haven't picked? I don't think I've picked, but I should.
Oh.
I'm supposed to
Under
get a bunch,
Details.
right?
Details.
Details. You have not picked.
Oh, I
But
don't
you
have
do
it under
get a
details.
bunch.
Oh, I can select it there. I can... Oh, okay, I never knew where to do it.
Okay. We'll pick your languages very
Okay.
quickly for you.
Well,
Real
what
quick.
languages exist? What languages exist in this area?
Oh, Jesus.
These are all
Let's-
D&D languages right here.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
There's probably some. Yeah, definitely common. You may know some Druidic. Although technically you're not a Druid.
Well, I'm supposed to get 5 languages, so that's kind of
Oh, okay.
what it says. Custom
You-
languages. So I guess the question is,
You would probably know
like-
Jotun.
does your world have any particular languages that we're supposed to
No.
that are important?
No, it's kind of random. It's kind of like D&D where it's like stuff can pop up.
Okay. You're saying that all the languages under common languages exist in your world.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I will select. I can't select Druidic because that is a secret language, but I will select. Yeah, I'll select. Does Halfling exist in this world?
Yep, halflings exist.
Okay.
In
And orcs and Sylvan.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Although it probably wouldn't be called the Feywild. It would just be like what that
One of
brand of creature speaks. Can't wave that for now.
Okay. sounds
In Broken Common, the treant calls out to you. Annika.
good. Yeah, I just say, have you traveled long to get here?
Yes.
Do you have business with me?
Yes. You are needed.
That's new.
It's silent for a moment. And again, the Treant speaks, and it's a statement, and the Treant goes, "You protect Yggdrasil."
I must admit, which Yggdrasil? That's on me.
Both.
Okay, well that's only one new thing to protect, so that's I am not sure I know how, but I can try.
Fimbulwinter will destroy, and we will begin.
Spit it
again.
out.
This poor tree, it does not know common that well. It's a fucking tree, dude.
Give him a
English,
break, man.
please, come on, spit it out. It's not that hard.
God,
I
heard
think
you ever
that
improv
was-
before, Griffin? God.
I'm just fucking around.
No,
I think
I'm
at the
kidding.
phrase Fimbulwinter, Annika gets a little uncomfortable like she did in the town and is very much just like, I don't like, because I think that there's kind of this notion of like witch who lives in the woods, like she, like maybe not everybody, but like some people are like, they call me Winter Dweller or Forest Dweller because those names are they sound really similar and people kind of equivocate them a little bit to me. But like I'm like, I don't have anything to do with that. Like I'm not involved in Fimbulwinter. I don't cast spells on people. I just make goods, you know. So she's kind of like at the phrase Fimbulwinter, she kind of looks around for a moment.
It is here. You know it is.
I look over at Iggy, who arrived at the very beginning, like the very beginning of this winter. And I nod and I go, what is it they say? A little birdie told me.
There's a very dramatic pause where you would, if this was a normal audience, there probably would have been a slight polite laugh. But the Treant has no concept of this, so he's just like, yes, that's how you get information.
The joke was partially for Iggy.
Yeah. There will be caretakers to begin again. Do you accept?
If I can help, I guess so.
Yggdrasil is counting on you.
I think you'll understand when I say I probably talk to people about as rarely as you do. So this has been a big day for me. You mind if I head home?
The tree says nothing else.
She starts walking away, and then she kind of remembers, and she turns around and she goes, "It was nice talking to you." And turns and starts like hurrying down the forest path.
Perfect.
It's funny, sometimes when you do her voice, you kind of sound like that one meme of the dude. He's like, "Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me."
I actually don't know that one.
You're like, "It was nice talking to you. I must go."
I did some my family's Swedish, so I like have heard a couple of people who do Swedish have still kind of a Swedish accent on my grandma's side.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was also like 25 years ago that I heard it. And so I'm kind of like trying to remember a little bit of what my like Aunt Muriel sounds like.
Ylva, for the rest of your evening, do you go out into the town, or do you just kind of hole up in the house?
She wants to get new clothes.
Perfect.
But yeah, she will do that. She also wants to get a moment away where she can do some things.
Perfect.
What kind of
You know.
things?
The older woman sort of promises that dinner will be made in the before sunset, and she regards you.
Typical, like, "Oh no, I have rations. Oh no, you
Yeah,
don't be ridiculous. Stay for stew."
This is fully your grandma now. And she sort of like is fussing over you, and she is like, "Oh, do you have any gold, silver, copper? What are you going to buy these new clothes with, dear?"
They cannot be that expensive. I still have a bit.
Okay, well, there's a nice tailor over there, a slightly less nice tailor over that way.
And how much would be each, from your knowledge?
Oh, well, let's see here. Let me pull up Path Builder. Let me look up winter clothes.
Winter clothes cost. I literally just bought them.
I was
Cost
like,
4 silver.
Yeah, 4. Oh, 4 silver. It's not that expensive, I suppose.
And they are the same price for the not so nice and nice.
She thinks about it and she goes, "Well, I think if you flirt a little with the nicer fellow, he might give you a discount." And she like winks at you, like that's what she's done in the past, and it's worked.
That is good advice. Thank you. Which shop would he be in?
She like pokes her head out and like points out a couple different stores and whatnot. You see that Stahmet is like packing up his stall and like going to camp in the nearby woods, and that Vorik is very weirdly like going through town and like will like put his head down the well and like make sure there's nothing in there. Like he's like really weirdly like in the fountain looking for coins. he's really on one.
I'm always on.
Ylva will take note of the stall that she pointed out where you can flirt and make a mental note not to go to that one. And we'll go to the other one that she recommended.
Perfect.
On the way.
On the way.
She will kind of slow her walk when she'll kind of look behind her and make sure she's not being eyed, and just kind of, what am I doing here? Why am I staying?
Destiny. Fate.
What does that mean? What do you mean fate? How do you know?
You've been selected.
By who? By you? You don't know me.
I know you plenty. I have seen your life in the weave.
You saw what was going to happen?
I saw your potential.
Why did you not stop me?
From what?
Very conflicted look kind of passes her face. So what my destiny is to look at some ruins with these people.
It is only a step.
Keep walking in silence.
All right. Vorik and Stahmet, anything before we bed down for the night and wrap it up?
Nope. I'm going to sniff my way over to where Anni's house is by following the scent of the cat from when I put my face in her belly. And I'm going to sleep outside right next to it and wake up in the morning and knock on the door.
Okay. So...
Not much?
Okay, so roll
Creeper!
roll me a... Ooh. I'm gonna have you roll a survival check for the tracking.
Okay. Ha! I got lost.
What'd you get?
A 6.
Okay. You lose Anni in the woods, like, pretty quickly.
Okay.
like it's almost immediately. Like, it's like in the cartoons where, like, you're like, Anni, and like she's fucking gone, and then you turn around expecting to see the town, and there's just more woods, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I am fucked.
Wait. I should have done that at the beginning. Remember, D, we talked about it, the sigils. I should have
the
used the fucking sigils. I should have used
But
the
you didn't.
sigils. Oh, no. Okay.
No, I forgot about the sigils.
I'm screaming that at nothing. Just yelling in the woods.
in the far distance.
I love that.
I was like ready to describe Anni's shelter.
Ooh. Well,
You know,
we definitely
next time,
yeah, we can
presumably.
definitely do it next time. But yeah. Vorik, you get lost in the woods a little bit. Like, you are not where you said you were gonna be.
Where is my... God, I had an action or a feat or a spell or something. It was
Get
my
yourself
my
unlost.
fortune telling thing where I could just find out where I'm supposed to go.
You have a literal thing?
I thought I did. You know what? I can't find it at the moment. It's fine. I'll just be lost. I'll figure my way out.
You get a little
have fun with it.
lost.
Can I actually, since we've been kind of walking together, right? We're still together.
I mean,
Me
like,
and Griffin
really,
forward.
Ylva is the only one who stayed behind at the insistence of the old woman. Annika sort of snuck out without anyone really being able to stop her, and then you guys sort of are left to your own devices. So yeah, if Stamets can fully just
Cool. So
tag
we're
along.
we're fully pardoned up. Can I use wild empathy to figure out like where we need to go?
Yes. Yes.
My boy.
So you guys are like in the forest.
Yeah.
Vorik is 100% certain that he is going the right way, and like after a little bit, like after the point where it's like it's polite, Stahmet start to be like, I do think that we are going the wrong way.
You know what, man? I tap him on the shoulder. You know what, man? I don't think this is the right way.
You lead. Take us.
Yeah, cool. No, don't. I'm just telling you, man. Just don't fight me on this. I know where I'm going. Watch.
Fight.
I do like a little.
A little memory tap.
But really, I'm just having. Nobody knows about this guy yet. He's telling me where to go. Do you know what he is?
Oh yes.
You know who he is.
Okay.
You know who he is. So he's helping me. He's helping. So essentially he. I mean, also through like the commutative. Sorry, I don't know what it's called.
The network.
Like the neural network of mushrooms. I can connect through, so I know like. Yeah, spore rapport. There we go.
Okay.
The spore rapport is where I know.
Vorik, go ahead and make me a perception check.
You say Vorik or him?
Yeah, Vorik. The wild empathy thing is just like a feat that works.
Okay. 8.
You know, Stamets wasn't kidding. He kind of knows where he's going. He seems to like lead with assurance. And after a while, you guys get back to like the main road. And you guys were a little lost, but not too crazy. And you guys end up eventually coming to a small shelter, which, Noah, if you do have that prepared, you can throw that out there, and then we'll pretty much wrap it up.
I kind of have that prepared.
Okay, let's go.
You see like a you see what was originally probably just a lean-to against a like large rock, but is now like fortified with multiple kind of like multiple boards like you would have meant like you might have bought in town, and like a thatch roof that seems to be like mostly handmade, and then like behind it is like a much bigger structure that is kind of mostly made out of oh god, what do I want to okay, so like yeah, you see kind of this like little thatch roof hut area, and then like connected to it behind it is like a it's like very much like planks of wood that were clearly bought in town, like lashed together, and it's like actually like it looks like it's pretty airtight, but it's definitely obviously handmade, and
it's literally the side of my house. It's wood paneling held together by caulking and nails.
Essentially, yeah. And it ends up being, it's pretty small, but it's probably like all in all, it's probably like 400 square feet. You know, that's undercover. There isn't really a door. It's just kind of like a little archway, but it's covered up with essentially like a blanket. There's like a blanket that like you can move out of the way to go in through a door into the kind of thatch shelter-like hut, And behind there is like another archway that leads into a bigger hut. But if you're not going in there, you were saying that your character wanted to stay outside. So yeah, you can see like a door leading into the small hut, and the like more house-like structure, it looks more like a house. Is behind it. And actually, if you'd like, I could ask you to roll like a check of some sort.
Roll that check.
A survival check, probably.
What?
Is your house booby trapped?
No.
Or a nature check? Or are you
I think it would
trying
be
to
a
have
survival check.
All right, that's fair. Roll a survival for me, guys.
I guess or maybe oh, you know what? Sorry, crafting check would be right.
Ah.
That's my bad.
17.
17 crafting.
That's good.
The first the first like the original hut is like the original hut, the thatched roof is actually really well made. But the kind of lean-to portion of it is like amateurish. Like you wouldn't stay there for any amount of time. You would stay there for like one night or something like that.
What'd you say? That the roof is fine, and then you said
the
what?
roof is really well made. The structure of the thing seems to be like it was something that was put together like basically for camping. Like the hut itself kind of
I just want to go back to like what I said earlier, into that random woman's house that we saw, and I just like look, and I'm like, are these ceilings original?
And then the
Really
house
into
behind
like home decor.
the house behind it would have taken a really long time to make. Is what you note about that one. The first one's kind of like something you'd make while camping. The house behind it would have taken a really long time to make.
Yeah, I do my it's like a mix between like a like a hippie and like a dad thing, like the hands on the hip again, and I look at the ceiling, I knock on the wall, on like the walls, and I'm like, I missed a little insulation there, son.
Bonnie isn't out here though, right?
No. But maybe Yggdrasil is watching.
Oh
Just
yeah, very
meowing.
possible. But I don't want to keep us any longer than we need to
Yes.
be.
No, that's fine. Just keep going. Sorry, I'm sorry. Just keep
We
going.
will pick up with Vorik and Stahmet coming up to Anni's house, and Ylva buying new clothes in town. Next session. Yeah. All right, gonna end the stream.